It's time to install JDK on our computer so that we can start writing Java programs. Installing JDK is same as installing any other software. What are you waiting for? Go ahead and install JDK. Okay, relax. Let me help you out. Visit their official website. That's www.oracle.com. Click on this menu. Locate the downloads link. Click on it. There are quite a lot of softwares offered by Oracle, but the one that we're interested in is Java. From this list, we want to download Java JDK for developers. We don't want to download JRE, which is a runtime environment. And as we discussed before, if you install JDK, it comes with JRE. So let's click on this. And then download JDK. I've already done that. I don't have to do it again. Once you have this executable, just double click it. You may get a prompt that looks something like this. Here is the installation directory. If you'd like to change it, you can change it. But I would recommend you to just leave it to the default and click next. It's going to take a while, so let me pause the video and then get back. Okay, we have successfully installed JDK on our computer. You can just close now. And if you go to the installation directory, you should be able to see all these files. In our next lecture, we're going to write our first Java program.
It's time for our first Java program. In this video, we'll write a Java program and run it. Let's take a look at the steps that we need to follow. Let me open up the notepad. Step 1. Write the source code on a text editor. Step 2. Save the source code as Java file. Step 3. Compile the source code and generate object code or intermediate code. Step 4. Run the program and display a message. Step 5. Get a sense of accomplishment. Okay, let's go step by step. Now, what I suggest you is don't just sit and watch me do this. Follow along and do exactly what I'm doing. This will help you even if you're an experienced Java programmer. So step number 1, write the source code on a text editor. I'm using Windows operating system, so I'm going to be using Notepad for this purpose. If you're using any other operating system, you can use something similar to Notepad. So let's open up Notepad and write our source code. Class, first app, opening and closing brackets, public static void main, and within the brackets string args. Make sure that you take care of uppercase and lowercase letters. For example, if you type string with lowercase s, your program will not work. Just type exact same code. You don't have to try to understand this code, but just write it. System.out.println, and then you give your message here. I'm going to be giving AP. It's working. Now all we are doing from this program is we're trying to show a text. So when we execute this program, we should see this string. Yippee, it's working. But before that, let's go to step number 2. Save the source code as Java file. Let's do that. So what we have here is a source code. Now to save this file as Java file, we need to append .java at the end of the file name. So we go to File, Save As, and type in firstapp.java. Make sure the name of the file is same as the name of the class. If you want to know why it has to be same, maybe the answer would be too advanced at this moment. But as a rule of thumb, always give your class name as file name. Let's save it in desktop. So we got our file created here. This is a Java file now. Let's move on. Step number 3. Compile the source code and generate object code or intermediate code. For this purpose, we're going to be using a tool called Java C, which is a Java compiler. This comes with JDK. So let's open Windows command processor by hitting Windows key and then letter R, and then type in CMD. Hit enter or press OK. Now let's navigate to the location where Java C tool is residing. So we go to cd is a command used to change the directory. CD stands for change directory. And then we go to C, program files, Java, JDK, and then we go to bin directory. Hit enter. Let me show you the tool that I've just talked about. Let's run dir, which shows list of directories and files in the current directory. So we should see Java C here. So here it is, javac.exe. Now we're going to be using that tool to compile our source code, which is in desktop. We type in Java C and then the absolute path of the Java file, which would be C, users, admin, desktop, firstapp.java. Let's hit enter. This should compile our source code and generate intermediate code. Let's verify if it has done that. We see a new file generated. This is nothing but the intermediate code that JVM can understand. Now let's move on to step number 4. Run the program and display a message. For this purpose, we're going to be using another tool called Java. So Java is the name of the programming language, Java is the name of the technology, Java is the name of the platform, Java is also the name of the tool used in JDK. So don't get over confused. Let's go to command processor. Luckily Java tool is residing in the same folder, so we don't have to navigate to some other directory. So I type in Java, and then we need to specify the location of the class file by specifying class path. So that CP stands for class path, and the location of the class file is desktop. So let's specify that. C, users, admin, desktop. Now we specify the name of the file, which would be first app. You don't have to specify .class here because the tool Java is going to consider only class files. Now if we run this, we should see our message. It worked. We see the message yippee, it's working. Let's go to step number 5. Get a sense of accomplishment. I hope you are feeling so. Now I'm pretty sure that you might be having questions like, what is this public? Why do we need to write so much of code just to display a simple message? Isn't there a single command that helps us compile and run together? For all such questions, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Java World. Now, every time you want to compile and run the program, you need to navigate to this bin directory in order to access these tools, Java C and Java. To ease our job a little bit, Windows operating system lets us configure path variable. Let me show you what I mean. You right click on computer, click on properties, and then you go to advanced system settings, click on environment variables, and then we're going to be specifying a new user variable which would be path in capital letters, and then the value of it is the directory where the Java C and Java tools are residing. So that would be C, program files, Java JDK 1.8.0 underscore 51 slash bin, end with the semicolon, and then click OK, click OK, click OK, and then you can close this window. Now let's try to run this program. This works. Obviously we're in bin directory. Now let's try to run the same program outside the bin directory. So let's open up new command processor window. Now I type Java -cp for class path, C, users, admin, desktop, then first app. Cool, we're seeing this message. This would not have worked without setting the path variable. So when we specify the word Java or Java C, operating system tries to search this tool in the current directory, which in this case would be admin. If it is not there, then it will refer to the path variable that we have just set. And whatever the path that we give in path variable, it will go and look into that particular directory. And hence we got this tool working even though we are away from the bin directory.